position
very
here.
quickly. Okay, no, that guy's so this is what we expected, but I just wanted to very quickly get in and say maybe he goes for the Z and plays a skill matchup. I've been hoping that he could proc all of his passive stacks to get that kill. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. But now Jankos making his way towards the bot side.
Oh, look at that. There's the flash taunt. Jessica's able to escape with the flash and the arcane shift. Mickey's going to go down. First blood secured by Kadrill. Repel up, drop down. Jankos manages to escape the Mystic because of the Klepto. Here comes Jankos and Mickey. No flashes available. Arcane shift already used. Cocoon finds its target. And that looked all too easy.
If Jarvan is overextended, it's really easy to set up for a play. Speaking of setting up plays.
All right, Kadrill's going to go in. That's a great barrel. That's going to set up the damage on the Perks. Perks dashes over the wall, flashes back. We're all by some time. His special's trying to find one more hit. The Tornado picks up a kill onto Perks. Now XL Esports are going to 4-man stack inside G2's jungle. They decide to back away because Captain XL maintaining small gold lead over G2, but Jankos knows that flash was used by Special, so he's going to try set this one up. The Tornado comes out, and Jankos sinks the fangs.
Awareness, Trevor. Clearly my teaching has paid off.
Why, thank you. It has done a little bit, but take a look at this. That's a steal! After we're gloating about the priority, now the ultimate is going to get Mickey out to safety. Glacial Prison, Fissure comes down.
Well, they certainly have, and that's why G2 is maintaining the goal. Caps on a 1v3.
All right, it's going to need to use that W to buy some time. Flash is available to him. There's the dash from the Proto Belt. The barrel comes
Strong
out.
at 3 items, especially once he's completed both of his mana items. The Yasuo, once he gets his Infinity Edge plus the Zeal item, he's looking good. And so ultimately, both teams actually have pretty good scaling. So it's about who makes fewer mistakes.
Well, right now, Kadrill made a small mistake. Had no ultimate available, did not interrupt the Rift Herald. So that means G2 get a reply tower in the mid lane because Jeskla and Kasing were able to take a tower the first of the game in the bottom lane. Perks fancies himself a miner because he's picked up 2 pickaxes. He's going farming another cast, but G2 Esports do not fancy a shot at this one. They will concede the second dragon of the game in favor of vision control in the northern quadrant as well as a tower. So, you know, I think G2 will still be pretty content for the trade, but you can't deny the fact that a mountain and an infernal, special rather, get into trouble. Kadrill's coming in from behind as here comes a hero's entrance. Chemoplague is thrown down, and now we're going to battle on multiple fronts. Mickey's jumping into Kasing on the backside. His special is already blown up. Didn't get a chance to channel his ultimate. Expect with the slicing maelstrom is inside, looking for Perks with the help of Kadrill. That's a 1-for-1. Now they turn their attention to Kasing. Jeskla gets caught by the Cocoon. Jankos manages to save Wonder's life. Jeskla gets taken up by a venomous bite, and Kasing will get sent packing by Wonder's Jarvan.
Playing so far, I've been generally impressed with Jankos. Now that is no E available on Jeskla.
No, not yet. Perks. Press R, press R, press R, presses R! Jumps onto Jeskla. There's a reply from Kasing. Knows the Fissure comes out. Stopwatch buys some time. Kadrill goes golden as well, and I think this is problematic for XL's jungler. Jankos once again
execute upon it, and Kenna was in the bot lane, no teleport. G2 forced to play with the superior numbers. They found a pick. Jungler's dead, and now they're going to secure a Baron.
No smite available. Special needs to do something extremely special. Not going to be able to either. Very good zoning from Mickey and from Caps. Void missiles go out. Caps is chasing. Chemoplague will pop in a second. That's a killing spree. Here comes the flag drag dunk onto Kasing. Winds of War will deal a little bit of damage as Jankos' Cocoon will not find a target this time round. Wonder picks up his very heavy favorites in this game. Volatile Spiderling goes out. Jankos gets the Cocoon as well. Sinks in the fangs. Venomous Bite chasing down. Solo kill to Jankos easily.
Great job at level 13. Right now, 2 levels above Kadrill. Finding a solo kill onto Special. It's very unfortunate. Oh, we even have the pip of it as well. Yeah, I mean, like, this is the thing. When Elise gets ahead, she's really, really strong. It's also really unfortunate that Special actually went for a Sterak's gauge rather than Infinity Edge second. It means that you delay when Yasuo is at his strongest very much. Meanwhile, Caps has now picked himself up the Death Cap and the Oblivion Orb, so he's going full damage, while Special is just trying to survive what is a very big Bloodlord.
Now, for every fan of the playoff race, which we'll get to in a second, Wonder gets knocked up, stunned up, True Shot Barrage flies, manages to survive a lot longer than anticipated, but he does get taken down, which means the pressure is thwarted. Wonder could have flashed away from that. Jankos will repel up, drop down. Here comes the hero's entrance. Wind Wall will block the Cocoon, and somehow, while that was going on, Caps, with the help, Wonder, there's an assist in there, somehow manages to pick up another kill into Special.
Poor observers, too many people are dying and they can't keep up with it. So yeah, what we saw was Caps found a solo kill up in the top lane, but I think it was even in a 1 versus 3 as well. Wonder also died in mid because he overextended just a little bit. And now Caps getting collapsed upon.
So what did die a second time? No, he got an assist there. Nevertheless, this is another little replay.
Pressure.
There we go. Caps gets taken down in the top lane while Jankos...
XL have their backs against the wall. There is very little that they can do. Unless they find some kind of miracle wombo combo, they're not going to turn this around.
Well, there's a wombo. It's not much of a combo, though, as everybody on XL is split up and interrupted. The Hourglass, as well as a stopwatch bought some time. Wonder manages to get a dunk down and a drag out. Knocked up into the air. Perks is being dove on by Special. No Infinity Edge means not enough damage. Means Special does not have what is necessary to take down Perks. Wonder will run him down sooner or later with the help of Mickey stepping in as well. It ends up being 2 quick kills for G2 Esports. They did not need the Baron to push in, as you rightly called, Vedius. Jankos, Caps, and Perks will continue to put pressure on the inhibitor turret. Mid is exposed, and they're going to set their sights at Nexus soon.
Yes, they certainly are. 2 members are dead on the side of XL. They're also pretty long death timers. G2 are so far ahead that it's going to walk their way towards the base.
Well, that's it. Nexus turret number 1 will fall shortly. Caps is stepping forward with that sanguine pool to buy some time. The tower does fall. The minions have been cleared out, and G2 are a little bit low. They've got to be cautious, turn their attention to this mid lane instead. There's not a lot of ultimates available. Perks takes a lot of damage on that Essence Flux and the Mystic Shock. Perks runs for his life, but he's run down by Expect. The turn and burn from G2 back into the mid lane. Caps escapes with 1 tower hit, almost taking him down. The barrel falls ever so short, and XL Esports pick up a few exit frags, but it is simply not enough. It is still extremely impressive how well G2 can play these fights, even when it's messy, even when it's a little chaotic. It is still beautiful to watch. Expect throws down the Hourglass, and Caps is able to pick up the solo kill. And G2 are stepping all the way forward into the base. Now, 1 inhibitor remains. You can see the timers on the left. Bottom inhib will be spawning in about 30 seconds time. And Perks takes a big chunk of damage on the Mystic Shot, but it's simply too big of a disparity. 9,000 gold deficit, 3 lanes of supers for a little while, and now G2 pushing on to the Nexus.
Yeah, they have their eyes set on securing another win. And here we are. Here comes the fight.
All right, Caps gets knocked back by the explosive cast. Special is drawing some pressure onto Jankos. Hourglass used. Kasing is already down, and there's a Protobell dash forward by Caps. Perks is cleaning up on the backside, and yes, there's 1 supplementary kill for XL, but it doesn't matter. G2 Esports take down XL and confirm themselves a playoff spot. Here and there, and a last-second lock-in. It will be the Kai'Sa. That is no surprise to us on the side of Schalke and Nofia. And of course some split push.
He lost his flash, he still doesn't have it, and now because he doesn't have much vision control towards the top side, he knows his jungler is clearing Drake, he's forced to play defensively, so he's
hotly contesting themselves spots in the playoffs. Now Abadage will be in a little bit of pressure.
Wait.
Whoa, Memento! That's not a time to use your Hourglass! That is not the time!
Moved to a different slot, which is why he used the stopwatch rather than the Predator. So if he'd actually used his Predator here, he would have been fine.
Right.
But he basically pressed the wrong button with him in a side lane.
Now, fortunately, if Memento or Upset and Ignore come to help, waiting in the wings this time around. It's a 3-on-3, and Abadage has now started to move. The Devour will buy some time as Upset runs for his life. Selfmade's now caught in the middle of the fight as the Turvish turns back around. First kill onto Ignore. SK Gaming have gone fishing and found themselves a target. Upset re-engages with the Killer Instinct, but there's not enough damage. There's not enough frontline. The Bone Skewer pulls one back. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of SK Gaming, but they get access to the tower.
And Abadage couldn't get there fast enough to help his team out, meaning that SK, with the strong enough dive, immediately jump onto Upset, forcing him to get into the belly of Ignar, and at that point, Schalke are in full retreat. So SK come out on top, they secure another tower, and
some of the challenges,
progressively, it's really difficult, Trevor.
Some of the challenges that they're draft, this is something we said in Picks and Bans, Vedius. The win-loss for Schalke. Infernal. We should get 1 more Elemental Drake before the Elder. An interesting stat for you. Whoa, period. He's caught inside the river. Does manage to take the claw, flashes over as well, takes the blast cone, and Pyrian escapes with that.
No teleport onto Omni right now. Is he going to trade it for the Ignite? Can he even do that?
Memento's got flash available if he wants to get into the pit. Crown Shot and Dreams are starting to zone away. That's going to flash inside. It's secured! It's stolen by Memento! He makes up for the stopwatch misplay by stealing Baron. But take a look at Dreams. He goes fishing and finds himself in Urgot. Urgot gets devoured by Ignar. They continue to chase away. Ignar goes low. Pyrian uses the Hourglass. Here comes Dreams! Depth from below! But the Fear Beyond Death gets a trade back. Odoamne gets himself a double kill. Berlin screams in elation, but Memento steals Baron.
Ends in disaster for SK as they tried to force the ban, thinking that Odoamne couldn't get there in time, but it ends up getting stolen from them anyway. Schalke now look to defend their base.
All right, with Baron empowered minions, this will help somewhat. They're able to auto,
That's just a hilarious, like, 11?
I tell you what, we'll have to see if the mechanics team can break down how Cassiopeia does 11 damage in waiting for the bone skewer. Not going to fire it just yet. Disdain already used, and there is some pressure. Look at the mini-map.
Ignat needs to use his ultimate now, but unfortunately he's too afraid to because he thinks that...
And Upset is now added the Hurricane to his Rage Blade and his IE. But it is
still... wait for the next Baron to spawn, right? And they can just... Okay, so this is one potential pick.
Well, let's see what Whirlip can do. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Disdain comes out. Whirlip decides to turn this around. Here comes Cloudshot and Dreams. Whirlip does so much damage with the help of Selfmade. Schalke and Ulfio are running for their lives. Memento stays alive just long enough, but Odoamne is now down. Selfmade goes very, very low. He is killed after being taken out. Depth from below comes out from Dreams. Goes gold into...
That Yorick W as well, just causing so much chaos. Now, Odoamne.
All right, Odoamne gets caught out, throws down the plate as well, survives long enough to flash to safety. And under the guise of paranoia, here comes Selfmade! Ignat forced to flash for his life. Fear beyond death. That's one kill into Selfmade. Remember, his GA was popped in that last
fight. All their games are low quality, right? But this is bad League of Legends right now. Both these teams are making huge mistakes. And Pyrion now, he's getting caught off on a side lane. Let's see what this develops into.
All right, Pyrion runs for his life. Hourglass is still available to him, but there is no flash. Fear beyond death. Gobble, gobble, gobble. 9999. Odoamne.
So Schalke, they should just focus on getting some of these outer towers down. Get some gold back in their pockets. Set the
SK strength of schedule. 5 of their next 6 games are on the cards, and there's a couple of wins that you think they should. Start to the TP. He's coming in, but it might be too late. Paranoia into the pit. It's secure. That's stolen away. SK Gaming get the Baron, but at what cost? Dreams is already dead. Devoured by some time from Adage. Forced to flash over the wall. Petrifying Gaze did not do enough damage. Whirlip kills Ignat, and SK may have just enough to finish this game off. And SK will not find its target. True Shot Barrage will be available in a moment or two. The inhibitor turret will fall. SK Gaming, after a slugfest in the late game, are now a few towers away from finishing this out. Abadage and Upset will have Memento to help them out in just a few seconds, but this is a difficult hold into Whirlip's Yorick.
Yeah, I don't know if they can hold this one off quick shot. Pyke has gone back to base, but there are still 4 members alive. SK are just slowly sieging onto these Nexus towers.
The Nexus turrets are falling. Upset gets caught inside the pit. Hypercharge will buy some time, but take a look at the back end. Memento goes down once more. Crown Shot's Ezreal is destroying Schalke Nulfia as Schalke run for their lives. The Nexus is being focused, and SK Gaming are one step closer to playoffs.
This has to be such a tough call from the side of Misfits. They need a winning mid lane matchup. They need something that's going to be comfortable for Febiven. They do opt to go for the Orianna, committing the smackdown onto this Urgot. Maiden, just so incredibly powerful that it's going to start to turn that matchup. And instantly, as I talk about it, First Blood comes in. Great capitalization on the side of Misfits. You just got to catch the curse at Frostgurn, and it's going to come true.
And that's the thing. We talked about how Origin are just sitting under their towers, hoovering up all this gold, but that does mean that the EXP advantage is going to Hansama and Gorilla, and they use it to abuse it, and here comes Alphari.
Comes in, Karthus ulti 2, Maiden gonna cut him down, Cole's gonna grab a Dark Harvest stack, and that is all she wrote.
Enough.
Yeah, now with the Sheen and a Cole of his own for Alphari. Decides he wants to match the gold generation, put it by Soaz on the opposite side. Top side, hello?
Hello?
Gonna go in, Drowsy, Sleepy Scion, dead. Sleepy Scion. You sleep for a long time, you die, I've heard.
And such a hard winning top side, but Misfits, they're going to try to break that.
Mithy going to block whatever fall-off damage he can. Now leaping out, but they wait for the Unbreakable to come in, and now they're going to chase this one down. Patrick burned down where he stands. Nukeduck now trying to fire back, though. Stop this tower from going in for a bit more damage, but is going to miss there. Sleepy Trouble Bubble does go in. Mithy's still alive. Knockup comes in. They're body blocking for Hansama. This one is getting drawn out, but meanwhile on the top side, all this time being burnt is just time going into the back pocket of Alphari. For Febiven, though, now getting pressured in the mid lane. The Karthus ulti coming out.
Gorilla.
Oh, no! No! try to use Daisy to pressure this. Third time's the charm, folks. This is the third time they've made this play. This will now work. Nukeduck, though, going to get pulled back. Bevan throws down a bit of it. So these boys, they just got to keep hitting. Soaz has to come up here to kill those little buggers. Misfits going to try to contest this one. Now it's stolen away by Cold, and the play is just going to continue. Misfits remaining on the back foot here. Maxlor now in trouble. The knockup is going to come in. Gorilla on the backside. Maxlor already taken down, and Yorick has TP'd into the fray.
Mid lane priority and force that tower down if they want to play around the Baron, which is why they're now pulling Alfari into the mid lane.
Daisy is going to go in. The shockwave attached there. Cold not going to get taken down. Mithy now looking for the engage. Braum ulti is available as the Flash is going to find the two-man knockup, and immediately Gorilla is now in trouble. They're going to try to burn through that damage reduction. Gorilla flashing out to safety. Febevin, though, sniping Mithy in the exchange. Into the pocket of Hans Sama, and now late game, you give me the option of a Fed carry. I would still put my money on the Kaisa. Available, the Plasma stacks as well. Looks like he may go to the bottom side too to pick up a little bit more here, but it does mean that Origin have complete control on the top side if they want to push for more, knowing that the biggest damage threat is there.
And you can watch Hans Sama on the map. He wants to go down and lane Yorick is in. He's going to push it forward, then you're going to push it back. And then in that tiny window when he's not...
Misfits, I want to know, are they saying, oh, it's okay, we don't need to catch these waves, we can go for the fight? Or he looks like they may have found the fight, because instantly Nukeduck is dead. Misfits turning their attention down. Do they want to extend the fight? Do they want to? It is 26 minutes into the game. The Baron is in the sights of Misfits.
And Patrick's going with him.
They've got two members there. They've got the Maiden. They could just look to end this one. If they get the Baron, they will get the empowered recalls. OG are not contesting this one. It looks like they will trade the inhibitor for the Baron buff in the end. If that Baron was stolen, no doubt in my mind.
To be so careful. So Maxlor's trying to scout out on the side, as well as pulling down Febevin to shadow them to make sure that they can force this tower. But still, good response from Origin, and now...
For the team is going to be the Ocean. Will be nice to have for that side lane split push start, as well as for the Karthus in the jungle. 2-0-0 for Febevin. Soaz, though, could find himself toe-to-toe with Alfari. The OG lineup is going to be here first. Soaz needs to get out of dodge. They're going to continue this play. The blast cone is there as well. Soaz trying to make it out to safety, but he's been stunned up, and he's going to get taken out. Kill goes over to Patrick, but Hansam is immediately on the bottom side. Suddenly the tempo is kicking up, ladies and gentlemen. We are now looking for an inhibitor, potentially, if Misfits want to push for a bit more here to keep this play going. They are going to continue. Mid lane is pressured as well, and it looks like they are now just going to group. They're trying to dive. They want to extend this advantage.
And this is exactly where Misfits want to be. They want to be using the Baron aggressively on the towers.
It is now starting to pay off. They are going to be able to grab this Infernal and be able to move up to contest this Baron if OG want to go for it.
Here we go.
For the flanks. Could be the big team fight. Gorilla's going to be the key enabler here. Watch the ball. If it gets attached to Gorilla, expect the immediate engage. But meanwhile, Yorick is going to start off the Baron.
They don't know Soaz is there.
They're just trying to start this one, though. Misfits need to make a call here. OG are just going to get this one. They can two-man with Alfari and Cold. Gorilla now going in. Hansam going to try to follow up. Patrick is in trouble. Mithy doing what he can to disengage, doing what he can to block. The ultimate from Soaz has been blocked as well. Cold now on a killing spree. The fight shifting back and forth. Once Alfari killed on either side. Alfari with a beautiful stopwatch to stop the shockwave from going through, but now he's still in the middle of the team. Shut down as the carries from Misfits prove stronger in the fight. And OG bite off a bit more than they can chew.
Not just stronger in the fight, but Origin's carries were completely locked out of that fight. Patrick was so afraid to step forward with the Tristana, but now they have to stop this Baron. Here we go.
Oh no, Nukeduck caught out. No option to get to safety there in the exchange. Misfits party went to the Baron. Cold could try to go for the steal here, but I don't know if it's going to set him up for success. Patrick maybe can look for the resets. Health bar is getting a little bit lower after that ult, after the Requiem. Patrick's just poking, waiting for that rapid fire cannon to stack up. Going to deal a little bit more damage. Has the potential here to find a massive fight. Moves in. They're not able to steal the Baron, but Cold is dead. They need to get out of this pit. The Karthus is going to start to do so much damage. Hansama leaping forward. And that is absolutely brutal. Yes, you have all this gold on Alfari, but it's just not worth anything in these fights.
Origin just want to clear and to stall.
Hoping to back off, hoping to buy a bit more time. For now, though, one inhibitor at least is going to go down, but they're hoping to make it a trade as Alfari is on the bottom side of the map. He wants to get one back, but they may be giving up a 2-for-1 here. Nukeduck trying to find the poke. He's not connecting Sleepy Trouble Bubble on the Alistair. Febvin going to grab another tower. Soaz here to clear it out, but it is an inhibitor for an inhibitor. Misfits going to respond with a second one, making it a 2-for-1 in their favor. Misfits set up first decision, not able to do a ton of damage.
Check out the two super waves pounding on Origin's top lane.
TP not available quite yet. Mithy trying to buy time. Patrick still in the back line, still safe. Febvin taking a big chunk. Patrick still untouched. Mithy now flashing out to safety. Alistair in the front lines, but may just be the sacrificial cow. Hansama doing a lot of damage, but hasn't found a way back into the team fight. Super minions in the base of Origin.
Oh,
back off. The TP now coming in for Soaz. They need to make it their back secured. Zoe's now coming in. We'll try to clear out these waves, but Zoe does not have, potentially does not have the wave throw necessary to make this happen. Soaz is just going to grab one tower. They are able to take down Maxo. That is big, but Soaz is continuing to threaten the base. Ooh, Frostguard, incredibly tense game. Patrick and the rest of the OG lineup, are they going to go for the Elder here?
They
are
just have to
backing off.
zone them off. So Nukeduck manages to get his back in time that Soaz can't end the game, but that is an exposed Nexus.
An exposed Nexus and an incredibly powerful Kaisa who can walk into that base at any point. You got an Urgot with TP in 5 minutes. And 6 minutes, it can make this happen. Elder Dragon in the eyes. Nukeduck, a one-man army trying to clear out these waves. You've got Orianna doing a similar route. It's going to come down to who can actually get this one. Patrick moving forward. If Hansama goes down here, this will be massive. This could be the turn. This could be the defining moment, but he is going to flash out to safety. Throws back a bit of damage. Elder Drake will fall in favor of be able to contest the Baron. But now that they've taken the Elder, they have no opportunity to contest this Baron. That's Baron going over to Misfits.
Kaisa, so many shields that can apply to her. Hansama is so free to step forward like this.
Half of Gorilla's health is gone. Nukeduck continues to land the poke. Hansama trying to find an avenue in. Daisy has been called out. Mithy has already now used the ultimate and the unbreakable. Once that one's down, that is the window of opportunity for Misfits trying to fight. For now, they are just going to settle for the inhibitor. Misfits playing this one slow. Able to take that down. May just look for a second. Again, Nukeduck stepping forward, but taking a lot of damage in exchange. Hansama remains untouched. Alfari now trying to find his way into the backside of the fight. They're stepping forward. Patrick remains untouched. He's trying to get some damage down, trying to get something done, but Soaz gets the fear. Input buff from the Tristana keeps her alive. Now immediately Hansama's going to try to fire back, but he's so incredibly low. Eyes of the Tristana. Everything comes down to Patrick. This is his moment. If he can turn this fight for his team, Soaz is stepping forward. He's not going to let it happen. That's the disdain. That's the shutdown. Hansama finds the kill, but at the end of the day, it is Misfits who take the fight, and it'll be Misfits who take the game.
Nothing Patrick could do in that last minute. I'ma stay away from this guy.
I'm not about that life. I'm talking 1,300 gold. Give me that Hex Drinker. Give me that shield. Keep me alive. Well, it's like the Grudge, snapping in, snapping out. Ooh. Going in. Senkux, why would you go that way? That is definitely not the way you wanted to go. I'm sorry. This will help out the Corki and the Sivir immensely. Ooh, nice block coming in from Vanders to stop any potential steal there coming in from the Ezreal ult. Cersei, the things about playing against LeBlanc Frostguard is not the burst damage, but the fact that you don't really get to decide how things happen because Cersei is deciding it for you.
Two options. You can either try to use it mid lane, although with Kavi losing that so hard on the hold on.
Kickus, unstoppable, but definitely not unkillable. Ignite is there as well. North's going to leap forward. The Ignite still ticking. Great Zonya's. There's no way he survives. Kickus does go down in the end. Kavi going to snipe that one out with the Mystic Shot.
I was going to say, yeah. I feel like it just has to be very soothing.
Northgaren going in. Cersei going to get the kick back. Hiku with a spell shield to block it out. Sidestepping here. Well played by Hiku to try to make it out of this one, but there's just too many members on the top side. Vander has to give his life up. Well played by the Splice lineup. Herald comes in bot side, though. Tower, they may look to grab another tower, too. Immediately, you see the Aatrox backing up to try to stop the second tower from going down. Kabi is barely going to be able to grab that top lane tower as they will remain uncontested, and Finn is just going to back off here in the end, but honestly, pretty good trade in the end for Rogue.
Yeah, the big thing was, of course, getting that much damage on an inner tower, but hold on, Humanoid.
Has to be careful. That's an immense amount of damage. Challenging Smite. Humanoid going back. That is a brave move. Kickus can't be disabled. Orome coming forward. The flash to secure it in the end.
Vision and trying to see what they can trade.
Orome playing very far forward here. Trying to do his best to clear out the wave. The tower will still go down. Splice trying to get one for themselves. To grab this tower. Finn terrified to approach here. Only has armor and health in terms of effective stats to resist the LeBlanc.
Oh no.
Comes Cersei. Finn with an objective. Trading the tower for a Drake here in the end.
I'm going to say, as we get closer to the Baron being live power, this is still a trade up for Splice, having that much control over the top side.
Great power point moment, and they are going to be able to take down this tier 1. Senkux just has to retreat, so good use of pressure in the water. They're ready to make this play happen. Ocean ticking up. They're going to get more health on the side of Rogue. TP now responded to. Pike goes in. They may just look to get the resets here. Pike starts popping off. It's going to be a big fight. Senkux and EQ, the guys you have to keep your eye on. Humanoid trying to find a way onto the back line. Unbreakable now already burned, but Orome has found the kill onto Senkux. That's going to be a big one. Vander is next. Double kill now coming in. Pike on the chase. Flash out from Olaf is going to stop the resets there. Northgren's going to have to back off. Has to be careful. Dashes out to safety. Finn now in trouble as Kabi starts to chase him down. The flash over the wall. Kabi's going to do so much damage here. The double team. Very strong. Even Archangel staff, of course, much stronger once it turns into Seraphs, but even once you get that AP scaling, it's good. But Cersei,
where are both junglers going?
That's not your team. He still manages to make it out, though. Kickus is now going to die, too. This is a mess. Finn now running for his life. Has to retreat. The rest of Splice now chasing. Finn caught out. Senkux, no package available. Maybe wants to get something done here, but just walks up and now wants to keep it going. Does trade the 1-for-1. Humanoid now trying to finish off Senkux. Pike ulti comes in. No chance for the Hexdrinker to do anything. Infernal goes in favor of Splice, ladies and gentlemen. I am not sure what we just witnessed.
That is...
Humanoid now trying to find a flank. Hiku, Vander, desperately trying to get something. Northscaran peeking in. Kick is on the way. Chasing forward. Baron at 4K. It's going to start to heal up again. Hiku immediately deleted. Vander facing the wrong way. Kabi just going to move for the kill. Is going to go unstoppable. Northscaran retreating as the Baron almost finished. Does have the ult. He can run face first to the pit. Very difficult to contest at least in on the steal. Even more difficult if you're dead. Kickus is dead. 3K and dropping, no doubt. This is a Splice-dominated match thus far. Hiku now in trouble. Spell Shield buys a bit more time. Humanoid not pulled back. Finn trying to turn this one around. Kickus now on the backside. Maybe they keep the fight now. Going to potentially try to find the flank, but Finn's still running forward. Looks like Split Push is the name of this on securing this one this time around. Vander alive has used the Unbreakable. Big cooldown, important to watch in the fight. Humanoid on the backside. That flank is going to be key if Splice want to find success here. Hook pulls back. Humanoid trying to find his way to the backside, but Rogue are ready for this one. On the hunt, Bird, but Hiku's all alone on the front line. Has used the Spell Shield, now starting to throw out a few attacks. Arome, though, getting the reset. Splice now Kabi going godlike, pulling back. Finn coming in, trying to look for the reset. We'll get the fear in the middle of the team. Sencox finally finding a kill to shut down on the Kabi. Northscaran desperately trying to find the retreat. Rogue are winning the fights. The gold deficit does not matter when you are getting outplayed. Northscaran finding it onto Hiku, but immediately the carries are falling. Built comps that were good at going to the late game very frequently. This time around, they do not have a comp that is really great in the late game, short of LeBlanc.
Bunch of damage, and if Kabe is able to land these skill shots, he's still going to shred through this team.
Finn.
It's just harder to do.
One man on the front lines finds Humanoid once again. Gets the ulti on the LeBlanc. This champion should never get caught, but yet again, Finn finds a way. He will give his life, though, in the exchange. Cersei now going to go down too. Rogue are definitely winning the fight. Kabi needs to slowly play this one out. Retreat and poke. Fishing, though, on the AD carry. A lot of burst comes in from the Ezreal, trying to cut down Kickus. Arome zoning out. Sencox on the backside, but Hiku, he's the credited carry. He wants to get another one. Northscaran finds the kill. He's turning this one back. It is Hiku versus the world. He needs to kill Kabi, but no. Northscaran coming in, waiting for that spell shield. Ace coming out for Splice. A messy fight, but they reign supreme in the end.
And finally, it's the execution that Splice needed on the team fight. Now they can grab the Baron, and it has been 4 attempts at this Purple Worm, virtually throwing the game entirely back in Rogue's favor, but Splice finally make the clutch break at 35 minutes exactly.
They will take it down. But he has looked incredible. 5-2-6 his scoreline. Finn, though, now running forward. Kabe needs to be careful. Trying desperately to find the Ezreal. Not going to find the knock to disengage. Rogue has to be careful here. Splice definitely have the advantage in the fight at this stage as it continues to extend. Northscaran now wants to fish for more. Has used the ulti, though, and immediately turned on. Cannot underestimate that. Mistake on the ult now costs him. Arome is going to use the initial revive.
Humanoid's fishing. Just take the tower, boys.
TQ level 16, though, is in a strong spot if they continue the fight, but Splice are just going to siege this one up. Ezreal does so much damage to these towers.
They need to take as much as possible here because, again, this is getting
as always, just the burst from his 3 skills together onto a single champion is incredible.
I mean, his ability to 100 to 0 together, fight front to back, whereas Splice truly are the serpent in this case. They're just trying to figure out where they want to attack, how they find an exposed flank.
4 legs. Splice are definitely just trying to tie the whipcord around over and over and get them to trip, and they may have just tripped EQ. Whoa!
Good night!
Gets him with the Ezreal. Of course, they all not connecting, so Northscaran will not get the reset, but that is huge. Taking out EQ now means Splice are in control. They really want to end the game in this death timer window. Massive pick to keep this game forward. One inhibitor down, 2 inhibitors down. Looks like they should be able to get all 3 and end the game. Wow, a single pick deciding this game. Finn could try to turn it here, but don't know if he has quite enough. All eyes on Sencox now, the last remaining massive damage source. Finn, no aggressive combat sums. The TP available, has to be careful here. Splice slowly chipping away at their opponents. All 3 inhibitors down. The Baron buff backing them up. They won't have the supers, but they have a ton of cannon minions. 1 tower stands left in their way. Slowly they're plucking away. Arome now leaping forward, trying to zone scout Kickus away from their base. Kabe can now focus the towers unobstructed. Splice are going to take the game in the end. It is a messy one, but finally they find a way into the base, and they find the win.
And it was frankly the early gold leads the Jarvan. You've got the Elise, and with the Elise locked in, it was the counter pick of the jungle. Mowgli has revealed his hand. It's always going to be about Mowgli when Vitality take the stage. But
as hard as they can to hold on to this #2 spot.
Oh, hold on.
Jizuke, though, going for Nemesis. This could be the first big boon. Out comes the Nocturne ultimate. Goes into the air, flashes forward. Jizuke trading 1 for 1. Kill threat, the ultimate already available. Huge damage. Wants to go in. Nemesis is going to use the stopwatch here and wants to make it out safe. But the chain CC is there for Mowgli. The portal jump brings it back, but immediately comes in now. It's Broxton to try to turn the play around. Mowgli in trouble, flashes forward, goes up, comes down, and will make it out. Vitality.
Attila's here as well. So Ash Arrow, Cataclysm, Abyssal Voyage.
It's 4 members strong. Whippo versus the world. I don't think there's any way he can survive at this point. The CC comes in, Mowgli's gonna tank first. He swaps form, he goes up, he comes down, and that is so clean. Vitality gonna grab it.
Really clutch there from Vitality. They knew they were losing their bottom lane turret. Reckless and Hylissang had been dominating down there the entire game, so they get Attila and Jack Troll out of there for a great play.
Now trying to shut down the Fizz. Chains, oh, not quite enough. He leaps out, but the Fear Tether still attached. He's fleeing. Nocturne trying to find the kill. Hylissang goes down, though. Makes it a 1-for-1 in the end. Reckless still bot side, though. Still gets all that solo gold. An immense amount of gold going into Fnatic's pockets. And Vitality still struggling to kill this first turret.
Yeah, that's the cherry on top. It's the fact that Fnatic not only trade the objectives across map, making sure that they also get the tower first from Reckless, but then pull the trigger on the mid lane play to get massive damage there, as well as, I think, 2 plates in Nemesis' pocket.
And remember, that's a 0-0 Lucian with a 550 gold bounty. So the amount of gold that's going into Reckless's pockets right now.
Nocturne ultimate play, but he just wants to go in.
Ulti gonna come out. Leaps right over the Sleepy Trouble bubble. That's gonna be a lot of immediate damage. Shizuke, though, gonna be in trouble. Tomcat coming in, but not enough to save him. Nemesis starting to burn down. They are able to grab the kill, but immediately going to go forward. The Devour still available. The Ash gonna be spit right back out. Attila still alive. Now retreating. Whippo stepping forward, looking for the Morning Mist. Does manage to connect. Not in the end. Cools it, leaping onto Attila. Does hit it. Now trying to chase it up. A Mowgli on the retreat. Fnatic barreling down the mid lane. They have the Herald as well. Eyes on Cabo. Goes over the wall. Wants to go right in on Broxy. Is gonna get the kill, but immediately Jose tries to find the follow-up engage. And now the damage is coming through as Whippo is finding his way into the back line. The Coaling coming out from Lucian and just barely short. But Fnatic looking for this tier 2 tower.
Yeah, and the big thing is the fact that not only do they take the team fight, but they have Maiden and the creep wave behind them.
Flag and drag. Attila now trying to fire back. Cabo getting a lot of damage down here. Still alive. Respect the Ash potential there, but is around for the gold. Of course, now as this tower falls, so just the Lucian has not quite had the impact yet that Fnatic may need it to, and it is allowing Vitality to go kind of even in these fights.
Actually, look at this right now. There's no one sort of matching Vitality on the bottom side of the map. They had a push in the mid lane as well, but in the meantime, Reckless is still going topside with the Herald. Fnatic knew they had the tempo advantage and called the bluff by Vitality. Vitality had to recall out of bottom lane and now go
Who's trying to back him up, but it's just an Elise. It's simply not enough. They are going to have to concede this tier 2 tower.
And Whippo to try and move into playoff contention, and it is just now the 25-minute mark that we finally see Vitality group up, push down that mid lane turret, and try to arrest.
Arrow is going to connect on the Whippo, though. Definitely not a priority target. Immediately, the Nocturnal comes out. It's going to make it very difficult to play the fight. Mowgli goes up and will come right back down. They're trying to peel back. Shizuke has used the Zanya's. Broxah left into the back line. He's now going to try to get the follow-up kill on the jungler. Cabo now trying to find his way into the middle of the team. Nemesis in trouble. He gets the double hit there, but Hylissang on the retreat will find the counter engage and stop the fight in its tracks. Cabo now on the retreat. Reckless trying to fire forward. Devour comes out. Shizuke once again trying to dig his way into the backside, but a perfect bubble makes him sleepy. Devour not there. Tom Kent's going to try to body block desperately. Nemesis continues to throw out the poke, but it's just such a close exchange.
It's just so low HP bars all across the board, but it's Vitality, especially when your teammates aren't all focused on protecting you. Most of his team wants to be diving into the back line, but he hit a lot of targets with that Rune on Hurricane, and that's why you see the big number.
Yeah, that's the
For
thing.
Attila, has the Blade of the Rune King, now has the Infinity Edge and the Rune Hands as well. Oh, Reckless on Reckless. Big Dark will find a chain. CFC the body block is there. Reckless has now used the stopwatch. They're trying to buy a little bit more time, but the Charmin instantly deleted. The shutdown there for Vitality is massive. A 1-for-1 trade.
That's exactly the trade Vitality were looking for. Drowsy goes down onto Tom Kent. Fnatic still looking.
Want to turn. Cabo just fires right back. Zanya's comes out, they're looking for the follow-up. Shizuke waiting, biding his time until it's throwing down damage for the backside. Shizuke now firing in here, but Broxah trying to get something back. Whippo trying to get something back. Attila remaining untouched. Shizuke has now gone down. Attila on the front lines, but he's been caged up. Shot.
Andrew said it earlier, she needs to be throwing these bubbles from the side, from the fog of war. You need to have the vision denial so you can catch them off guard. Instead, Fnatic are playing the A-Ram with Vitality and just getting picked off.
No vision in the pit. They have used the blue trinket. They need to collapse. So Reckless is lonely on that flank. The rest of the team is split away from him. He's going to dash over the wall to return to his team. Vitality with control over the pit area. Need to sweep out that ward, though, if they want to keep it dark.
Fnatic also have control over mid lane, so a big wave going to be pushing into that tower. Vitality are actually routed. Fnatic can just let the minions do their work in the mid lane. Someone has to pick those up, and now Fnatic, with the Maiden at their back, can take control over the river and set up for the Baron.
Whippo starting this one up, pretty comfortable to keep the Maiden tanking, the healing coming in from the Yorick as well at this point in the game. Looking pretty solid. Kind of starting to threaten here. Need to get the vision down. Now they're coming in from the side. The arrow hits onto Reckless once again. They're finding the chain CC. Can they find the re-engage? Hilly's gonna hit 2, but still the Ash remains untouched. Mowgli has now slain Hylissang. Shizuke on the front line. Vitality trying to turn it. Cabo moving in to try to take down Reckless. Shizuke's on the hunt as well. Nemesis in his eyes, but the shutdown onto Whippo, and Vitality find the fight that they need.
And it is only one Baron buff that
Here will all but surely mean the loss of an inhibitor. May just need to play safe, back up, give up some of these tier 2s. Luckily, can just use the Baron buff to make this push a little gold lead, even if it did come at the cost of a Baron.
And the game has looked so good for Fnatic till this point.
On to Nemesis. They land the arrow and they get the TP.
I'm saying, Kabo looking for the flank. Broxah may go forward, but he needs to go back. They're trying to shut down Jizuke, but Jizuke just instantly goes up into the air. Ulti is not going to connect. Kabo now on the retreat. Zonya's now coming out, or rather GA coming out. They are on the back off here, and things are actually going over to the mid.
I think I said dive mid dodge. He's trying to dodge everything.
They take this fast.
Jizuke on the flank, though. The vision is here. Oh my God! Gets it! What? There is no summoner spellbook. There is no smite. Jack Troll on the top catch. The Ash pulling forward. Vitality ready. They're ready to go for the throat. They're ready to end the game. Yamato can't believe it. Jizuke is just buying time while the rest of the team continues. Kabo will also try to buy time. They are splitting up the map. They are focused. Vitality, this is the most quintessential moment in your history. The tongue to steal it all. The game could end here, but Fnatic want to turn it.
Fnatic, they have the teleports, they have the resets now. They got two.
Just one started up. It is getting shredded through Mowgli. Moment of chance. Can he steal it? Flash over the wall. Broxah is going to get that one, though, and now the fight needs to break out. Vitality need to find the edge here. Moving forward. Mowgli incredibly low. Locked up here. Hellsing's going to find the ball. Reckless raining down hell with the calling on the back line. Mowgli immediately deleted, and Vitality are now on the retreat. But Atrilla just dishing out damage across the fight. A drowsy Kabo shard means he will not go down. Just barely missing on the super trouble ball. Kabo's able to escape. Nemesis on the hunt. He gets the shutdown. Fnatic looking to turn it back. Hellsing trying to chase it. Reckless taking control of the mid lane, and Attila on the retreat.
Look, we have big death timers. Hillsang still looking for Jack Troll, not quite going to find it, but Fnatic have the members, they have the minions, they're gonna look to push it straight down mid lane.
Attila now backing off. Vitality need to hold here, but the Baron buff is there. Yorick is there with the cools as well. They can just look to break through this tower, brute force it down. Attila, Jizuke, and Jack Troll need to make a hold, but it is 34 seconds until Kabo and counting down. Just on the retreat, throwing out the ultimate. It's not going to find any purchase. It's not going to connect. Fnatic need to end the game here. Cannot afford to let this go for another team fight. Nemesis stepping forward, getting the damage down on the tower. Fnatic may just look to end it here. Jizuke now stepping forward. Is this the hero moment? Attila now on a killing spree. Still the Ash is alive. Jack Troll stepping forward. Mowgli is up. Reckless steps forward though. This is his moment. And he shines right when the team needs it most. What goes up must come down. He will drop in the end. Vitality are routed.
That was some League of Legends right there. I mean, Fnatic, it looked dire when the Elder Dragon did not go their way, but that did not stop them. They headed straight for the Baron buff, and in that last fight, Hillsang, Reckless, they played like monsters come out on top.
And for so long in the game, Attila was untouched in the backline, and it plagued Fnatic. But when push came to shove, when they had the man advantage, when it came down to those final moments, they found in the backline, they take him out, and they end the game.
And this is a 2-0 week now for Fnatic, taking down both Origin and Vitality. We thought they were dead in the water, that playoffs were done and done, but this squad has never missed playoffs. And now, finding that momentum in their final hour.
And Reckless, you know, he said he wouldn't get excited, he wouldn't talk about anything else. He said, I don't want it. We're going to have to get the 2-0 week first, but you got it now. And maybe now the Fnatic fans can get revved up again, knowing that that playoffs is just right around the corner. A few more wins, and they can just check it off.
Left of the regular season, we're going to be gearing up for a thrilling fight in the race for playoffs.
Already getting that hashtag every game counts ready.
I know, guys, if you have something better than that, because actually, no, we can do that again. It might
Of course
be
we can, because every single game will count next week, Sharks. Like, look at these standings.
Yes, wow, you are so excited.
So, at
You
the
calm down.
beginning of the split, I thought that I was not expecting this to play out. I was expecting like Fnatic, Vitality, G2 to be at the top, and there'd be like a clear top of the pack, clear middle of the pack, and then a clear bottom of the pack, right? However, what we've got this split is G2 is by far and away the best team, but teams are getting better and challenging them. And then everyone else is just somewhere in the middle with Rogue and XL at the bottom.
I'm going to stop you right there, because before we get Broxah in, we have statistically and mathematically, it's just a fact.
Yes.
G2 Esports has made it to playoffs.
Woo! A big surprise to everyone.
Apparently, especially to me. That's one of those.
Shouldn't we have confetti as well?
Yeah, that's one of those things that I hear.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, jokes aside, oh, what did I do?
No.
Congratulations to G2 Esports for making it to the playoffs. And we make a bit of a joke of it, but I do think it's quite important if we look at the story of G2, the revamped roster that came into this split and really is hitting all their goals running. That was the first team to lock in for playoffs, and yeah, whose journey we're following with open eyes because they're crushing it.
I feel that they are the most dominant team we've seen since 2015 Fnatic. You can debate for days whether they are more so or less so, but the reality is this is one of the most stacked rosters that Europe has ever produced, and expectations are extremely high moving forward for this roster. So the fact that they've already qualified, I feel, is expected for many, and I'm excited to see what they can do throughout the rest of
I
the
am going to ask our guests now on the stage. Broxa, please join us. Hello.
Hello.
You know you also deserve some confetti for your very first 2-0 week, so you can